Yeah, and the people that I did tell to join didn't. So these are all people I didn't say anything to, which is fair. Yeah, next time I gotta make it known everywhere. And now that I had the practice, well, experience, that'll be fucking pretty good.
Okay, alright. So hold on, I'm just getting the stream set up.
Does it not give me like a feed like Twitch does? Like, oh, here's the timeline and
Kick's missing a lot of shit.
oh, that sucks. I want to see a lot more info. I just see active followers, 4 followers. That's it.
You can
The
tell
only.
that Kick's still developing in a lot of ways. Okay, alright. So we're gonna go ahead and this is my stream. We need to bring. There's so much happening right now. Okay, so I need to bring this watch stream on the screen.
What am I doing? Oh, I'm watching you. Go live. Okay. I hear myself though.
What am I streaming right now? Oh, that's why it's streaming my screen instead of the window. That's annoying. Stop streaming. We want to share this screen specifically. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to start the VOD now.
Okay, I'm ready for
I think it's really gay that people kind of just like call each other just pedophiles, like
stream pause.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
all the time for fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's
Like it devalues like the actual fucking like people that do it. In terms of like the
You want to put 1.25 speed?
severity of the activity. Because like they're like I knew a group of people that kind of just would go around like literally calling anybody a pedophile for like so much as like coming across like maybe like someone underage in like a public server. It's like retarded, and then it's like you have actual people that get groomed and it's like really fucking fucked up and bad, so it's just like really gay. And so you can just like call anybody that and be just like, oh look, I'm fucking winning an argument or something. It's stupid.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It updated.
Wait, so it sounds like Neon's saying that he's not coming back here for a little bit because he wants to wait for the good vibes people to filter back in?
Basically.
I mean, I don't think those people are really interested in coming here, to be honest.
I think they're genuinely terrified of coming back.
If not terrified, then they're kind of at least like, what's the word for it? Conceited about it? Like, I don't think they like this place.
They did until they started getting attacked when they said things, so I don't know. It seems like they don't like any place that they have to deal with conflict, to be honest, which is why most of them don't spend time in DGG, to be real.
I mean, like, some people still, stay away from drama. Like, I can't, like, blame them for that, but, I think you make
They're
it
not even
clear.
staying away from drama.
Right.
Yeah, everyone likes the drama. Drama happens, they come in.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like,
But I think she needs to be managed better.
So, like, I guess, like, one of the things that I'm thinking about rolling out is that, like, so I continue to allow people to say whatever they want. I guess, like, the one thing I will be budged on, and actually nobody specifically asked me to enact this themselves, but I guess, like, my thing with moderation is, like, for instance, if you and Neon got into an argument, I don't want to step in to protect either of you. If one of you says something stupid, then I'll step in to say that you said something stupid, but I don't want to step in to protect one of you specifically. Is my thing.
Yeah. But that's the part is like fair now, right? I would even say like
because then it looks like I'm choosing sides as
no, of
the
course.
VC owner, And then people feel like, well, then they can only talk about things I'm on their side about.
But that's the thing too. Like, let's say you believe in one side for whatever reason, right? You have the right to go ahead and like say anything about that.
Right, and like that's what I do. That's what I do. But I do not. Like, for instance, say somebody brings up a topic that I agree with, and like, there have been times where people have brought up topics that I agree with, and they're arguing them really fucking badly.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times where I've just decided not to provide them with a good argument. To, like,
yeah, which is fair enough.
because,
but let's say once you
here's the thing: is it like in those situations, I felt like they weren't even really intelligent enough to be having those conversations, and like, I don't want to both argue your point for you and explain to you where you don't understand what you're talking about. Like, I don't want to do those things.
Yeah, and that goes into like the conversation even when people get into it with Neon, right? Like it loops, but because like they're not managing the conversation to not, but he also enforces it, right? So it's kind of just like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, people don't know how to actually like because there is a way to handle a conversation. If you're
there have been many times where Neon has won an argument that he was wrong about.
And even with any debate, he has a way of doing things, right? But there is a way to combat it. It's just that people don't do it, and it's like how you said, you're not gonna just step in.
Do it. They get so emotional that they never look back on the situation to be like,
yeah, I would agree.
And I think that that's like really important.
Yeah, like I take responsibility for everything, and that's why I don't like. Yeah, you need to be able to do that, but at that point, sometimes that's why there needs to be some type of moderation, something to like, even if they're being dumb about it, to provide them like how we did with Legacy, right? That one was a progressive fucking conversation. Legacy wasn't able to hold up on his own with certain things, right? Yeah. But we provided the good faith of like, oh yeah, but it isn't bad. You know what I'm talking about. But he still was stuck. We provided the bridge. He wasn't able to walk through it, but we need to be able to provide that bridge with almost anybody.
Yeah, and like in a lot of cases, I will. But like if you're just like, I don't know, there's like a level of like this.
Well, like even dog piles.
There's like a level of like this person looks so stupid right now that I don't even want to like affiliate with like their position because like people are gonna be my understanding.
Yeah, people are. Well, that's for at that point your responsibility to be able to articulate yourself in that manner, right? Because I could go ahead and do the same thing. Like I'd be like, look, I'm not trying to defend this and that, but like even with Legacy, it's like, but that's not a bad thing though, right? And I gave my opinion as well of like, I don't think he's that, but and I didn't make me on his side, but I provided that bridge. I was able to, even help him out a little bit, but it's not like I was, I'm team him or the team. No, I'm helping further the conversation.
Not much, Queen. We're just like reviewing this VOD and talking about just like some of the shit that happened. Oh, something that's not in this VOD, OD. We've just like randomly messaged me the other day. Like
who?
Weave.
I
know who exactly. Fucking Weave randomly messaged me the other day. And I haven't talked to this dude in almost 2 weeks now. And just like starts like talking about like I don't know, just like trying to like I guess like troll me really fucking badly. And I don't know what like is going on, but he seemed to like have like he was calling me gay. Like gay as fuck, and like trying to troll me for being gay. I was like, Weave, you sound like you sound. How are you going to attack me for being gay, bro? Like, what is happening right now?
But I mean, yeah, people do that, right?
I just thought it was funny as fuck. I was like, are you like opiated out right now, bro? Like, what's going on? Why are you being so crazy? There's more I want to say, but I can't because I'm in the stream and it's an inappropriate conversation.
No, okay.
Not like sexually, not sexually at all.
No, actually, I believe it. Yeah.
No, it was just a lot of combo, but yeah. A lot of attacks from like Good Vibes members that are actively talking about how they've been trying to be good faith and peaceful for so long. I thought it was interesting.
I mean, theoretically, like, I guess, yeah, they've been trying, and now they're just, like, taking a turn because they're done trying.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, because, like, I literally came to the table for them the other day. I was like, you know what? We're going to create a new room where there's no blood sports, and, this gives people an opportunity.
Yeah, but they're also, like, hesitant in it, right?
Literally none of them. I think like 2 people. I think Tech Protect and Scorpicus came in for a while and then left.
That's cool.
Which is like
Yeah,
not
like
even,
tip in the
no.
waters.
So like it's not cool. It's not cool.
It's not necessarily cool, but they don't have
and
necessarily
then,
the
like,
right to be
so, like,
cool.
not being here, and then like on top of not being here, like they're like actively like trying to message me to start shit in the background. So it's just like, what do you mean when you say you guys are being peaceful and you're trying to like quell people starting shit between the 2 servers? Because like
I mean, are they?
sitting here? Huh?
Because some people can, but they also feel the type of way. Like I'm not like I don't think their actions don't make sense. I see how it makes sense on what they're doing. Whether it's good, fair, this, that, whatever the fuck, it still makes sense.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if they're down for drama, but like they're constantly saying they don't want drama and they want to be peaceful. And then like when I'm actively being peaceful, they're still trying to start.
Yeah, but they're also skeptical. It's like the announcements of kicking Neon and it didn't happen, and they're like, we don't even trust. Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
he doesn't
but,
really
like,
mean what he
To
say.
acknowledge that like the reason Neon didn't get kicked is because first of all,
True.
The vote turned into a bunch of people that aren't in the server joining the server to vote.
I actually want to see that. I want to
like,
see who's.
Go back and look at the vote. It's still in the
But
server.
I want to see the percentage, and at that point, like who's not in the server, who voted,
Yeah, so
and if it's still.
if people who weren't in the server hadn't have voted, he would have not been banned based on the vote.
No, but there were still people that voted yes, right?
Yes,
That
that's what
were
I'm
here.
saying. Is like all the yeses were people that are active parts of the server.
Were there still more than people that said no?
No. It was like I think by the time it was done, it was like.
Have you calculated it?
2/3. He had like 2/3 of what the yeses were to ban.
Oh, but that might almost be. But at that point, it's still people like that are saying yes. So there's still cause for concern from the people here, right? It doesn't make the people that feel a type of way like invalid, right? It's still a thing.
Yeah, so like okay, so it's still a thing that like
We all know it.
it's still a thing that like people said there's a problem, that like they've been hurt, okay? But like now we have to evaluate, especially considering how many of the people seem to have just jumped in the server even though they weren't in the server to vote to ban him, which is something I have to consider. First of all, if you're not in the server and you jump in the server to vote to ban him, what the fuck did he do to you in this server for you to vote to ban him? He didn't.
Well,
like, if you're not in the server, like there were people that had never been in the server that voted, jumped in to ban him.
Yeah, I would agree. Those don't matter,
Like,
but that comes
Tech
to
Protect
votes.
Invited people to the server, and he'll say he didn't do it for them to vote to ban him, but they literally joined the server right after the vote and then voted to ban him. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna say he sent them invites to vote to ban him. I feel.
yeah, I bet. Even like Ghoul admitted to like, I just did it for the child. I didn't think it was serious. Like, yeah.
So like he had a lot of votes to ban him that were not valid votes to ban.
True. So fair enough. Fair enough.
I moved to, okay, we're going to have a trial, and I need people to come in and tell me the things he did to them so that I can assess how long I'm going to ban him for then. And then nobody could come in and tell me anything other than he hurt my feelings.
I agree at that point that it's like,
and so then I'm like I'm not
more
gonna
reason
ban him.
to not ban him. Yeah, correct. But we all know it's still like the cost of
Especially
concern.
because a lot of the people that came in to say he hurt my feelings came in to say he hurt my feelings and then leave the server again. Like I'm not... Why would I legislate for people who are actively choosing not to be part of the community? Why would I punish people who are here for people who are actively not here?
Because we were also trying to get them in, right? Because they were part of the community.
So I want them to be a part of the community if they can be a part of the community. But like, it feels like, from what I'm seeing, they can't. Let's watch this video. We're like doing all of this.
Okay. Yeah, because okay, fine. Because I get the point of that. But
I feel like I just talk about things better than I do when I'm just like talking than when I'm trying to talk about them. So like, I guess that's what
we'll talk about it more over time.
The only reason they haven't been fighting with each other lately is because they've been fighting with us.
Yeah, this is true. I would say that that's probably true.
And like they want to be like, oh, see, you guys got into a fight over there. It's like, yeah, we did, but you know, shit happens.
I've-
We don't claim to be above it though. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but I feel like if they want to make peace, they should just let them make peace. I mean, I'm not against peace, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, I guess
the
like
whole-
for me, peace looks like people being. Actually, I don't even care if people are okay with me doing what I want to do with my server. It looks like people just recognizing that I'm going to do what I want with my server and not bitching about it. Like, these people can't go to DGG bitching about the rules. They try to come in here doing it. They can't do this in any other, like, server that is, like, public. It's crazy. And honestly, people are lucky I didn't ban them every fucking time it happened because it's clearly stated in the rules that I don't want to hear your fucking grievances in the VC.
Oh, shit,
Also,
why don't-
another mainstream community VC rule. So I don't know why the fuck they're acting like it's weird, to be honest.
True.
And also, like, you're able to say a lot of the shit you can say here in the politics server also. Like, I'm actually... The more I think about it, the more frustrating it is.
I understand.
Also, I'm going to out myself right now. I know my statement on being able to say a lot of the things here that you say in the politics server is true. Because if you go look at my fucking rule list and go look at politics rule list, you will realize I basically stole their rules. So I know my expectations are not crazy. And I know the rules that I've set are not crazy. Because they're set in one of the larger fucking Discord communities.
But it's like people still take implements to like go ahead and like try to grow. It's like even with Destiny, like okay, we're gonna ban talking about trans, or we're gonna like don't talk about this or talk about that. It's to let people come in to grow the thing, right?
Yeah, but like my point is if these rules work for politics, they should be able to work here too. Unless you guys want this server to be explicitly something that's not like I want it to be. They want this server to be more like Good Vibes. I want this server to be more like DGG in politics.
Yep, that is true. I think it's just because
Which,
it's a
by the
smaller
way,
scale.
Good Vibes exist because they couldn't exist in DGG. That was the point of Good Vibes, was they felt DGG was bad vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where I stand. Is the only things I moderate are the things that Discord says I have to moderate.
I don't even read the rules.
And then further, the only things I moderate in the stream channels are the things that between Discord and my streaming platforms that are set, I have to moderate. If I didn't have to moderate, and I get annoyed at having to moderate those things, to be honest. I don't like having to moderate. I don't like it.
Yeah, and I see that. That's why we need people to be able to do that.
Yes. And so like, well, I am able to do it. I don't like doing it. And that's
Able and willing.
I mean, we have to when we're
Well,
streaming.
yeah, we have to.
Moderation must occur when I'm streaming. There is no options. It has to be done. And then and like that's something I don't like. I've threatened to ban many people for failing to acknowledge the streaming moderation. One of my favorite people in the community, I Am Salad Man, gone because of a disagreement when he was saying something during a stream that like he just wasn't allowed to say, and he could not understand the situation. So like that is what it is. I don't care. Do I miss him? Sure. Was I gonna change to allow what was happening to happen? Absolutely not. And so, and like as far as the community goes, like I have moderated. There is a level of moderation. Interestingly enough, the people that have broken that moderation are people from Good Vibes. It's not Neon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is also true. I'm just reading the rules. Yeah, I do believe though that he does follow the guidelines, and that's why. Yeah, just say a lot of the people in the back. It was all technically true, correct?
So yeah, I don't know what to say to that. You know, it's just like And like that's what I kept trying to bring up during the fucking trial was if you guys want me to ban people, you're the ones I should be banning. Like, I feel like I'm fucking crazy when I actually look at everything that's happening because it's like, how am I the bad guy?
Mm-hmm. Well, they see Neon as the bad guy, and you encourage like letting it, and so you're just guilty by association.
Yeah,
guilty by letting it.
All right.
Yeah, there was a whole trial for someone saying that.
Yeah,
that word.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna play.
I mean, I don't want to stir shit, you know, like I know that I talk a lot on the subject, but you know, I definitely don't want to stir too much shit, but still, I think that like them coming here, like their peace deal would be them having their way and them like changing the nature of the server to suit them. I kind of think that's what the problem is, like to me, it seems like, and I don't think it's something you should really budge on personally.
Dude, they're really, really weird. Like one of them has since like we started streaming, started watching the stream and unfollowed. They're super weird, vindictive people. I'm not gonna lie, like super fucking weird, vindictive people. Like people have done bad shit, and I've just like genuinely never been like, you did a thing I disagree with. I fucking hate you now. Like I'm just not like that, bro. Like I've just never been like that, and it feels fake as fuck to me. And I don't care what they have to say. And like everybody was like, oh no, we like you. You know, our problem's just with Neon. But then like if Neon's not here, they're not here either. Like their problem even before Neon was the fact that like I left that server and came over here and started like wanting to do my own thing for some fucking reason. Like I don't even know why that was ever a problem. Like it's been a problem since I fucking left that server. Like even though I left peacefully, I wasn't even able to do that. Like I don't know what the fuck they mean when they say that they just want things to be peaceful. Like I never tried to make them this is being streamed like tumultuous until people started talking shit and coming over to my VC all the time and talking shit when they came over to my VC. Like I don't know what they expected, to be honest.
I did read it.
Do you think they're kind of just like maybe jealous, or like kind of threatened by you kind of like making a offshoot server?
I mean, that's
Perhaps.
the norm. Like, that's the fucking norm.
I mean, they've banned it everywhere.
Like
Banned what? The
It's
word
the
that was sloppy?
The conversation.
No.
And it wasn't even an offshoot server. I made my server basically at the same time Starkey made her server. I had almost all of the people that
What do you mean they banned it? I don't get. They're gonna do something?
I started being active in my server again.
Yeah, so that conversation is like no longer allowed to be had. If it's reported as being had, whoever's having it will be banned, apparently.
For who? Discord? Discord would like say something?
No, in DGG, they will be banned.
Oh, banned from going there? Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Again.
They made it a rule. Okay, interesting. They made it a rule.
But yeah, like it wasn't like I was like stealing Starkey's members. It wasn't my fault that a lot of people were in both servers and a lot of them. No, so I'm gonna go over it here in this video. Started coming over here instead of being over there. Like that just is what happened.
I think what it felt like to Starkey was like you came to the game, like you came to the basketball game and you were the one with the basketball, and then when things didn't go your way, you were like, well, I'm gonna leave and I'm taking my basketball with me.
I mean,
Is basketball being what, the community? Like,
I guess it's more or less. I'm gonna take away something from the team, like from the team kind of thing. I guess I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what it is. I think it's more or less like it felt like you wanted to take people away from the server, but like it's kind of
so
like
you're saying they're bad of him potentially poaching people. Then
I should say it's more or less you didn't like the fact that you let me see, how would I word this? You didn't like the fact that you couldn't be part of the community, so you wanted to take whatever you could that you wanted to take what you could away from that community that you could, if that makes sense.
I don't think that's accurate. It's like when I left the community, all I got was like cries about like, why did you leave the community? Why won't you come back to the community? Why don't you get along with Starkey anymore? Why don't you like Starkey anymore? It seemed like from the time that I left the community, everybody's just like, why won't you come back? Because I don't fucking want to. I don't agree with the way that things are done there. That's all it ever was. I wanted something different. And then when they created that something different, they wanted to hate on that too.
I think my problem is that sometimes I think Starkey can be irrational about things, and I think she would even agree that she can be irrational about certain things, certain subjects, like especially when she's getting like emotional or especially when she's drunk. That's just kind of how she is. And I look past it a lot of the time. Like I said, I look for the best in people a lot of the time, and I think that Starkey means all the good, all well. But there are certain times where I'm gonna like, that was kind of irrational, and I don't have anything I can say about like why you took your actions, because I think they sound somewhat valid. It's just that I feel like your takeaway is that Starkey's just a dumb stupid person that is emotional and obviously can't handle certain topics or something.
And I just being a VC owner, or at least she can handle being the admin of a VC.
Yeah, maybe. I think she even wishes that she wasn't the owner. But I could be wrong. I think that she wanted to start a community. It's kind of like how my friend started a project once, and like the project became super big, and all these people got involved. And this person wasn't like exactly very tech savvy, and this was like a very tech savvy job that they were involved in. And eventually, the group was just like ousted that person because they were like, "You're not really leading us." It was like, granted, you started the group, and this group wouldn't have started if it wasn't for you. But we don't think you should be owner or leader of it anymore because you just don't have the technical know-how. I think that's kind of similar to the situation where it's like Starkey started it, and there's no one else there's no one else that could be, obviously, like the person that could say that they started this community. Like Starkey started it, and all credit to her. But I don't think that this is really a position where I think that she would be much better off if like somebody else was leading or like being the owner of that community.
I think at the end of the day, people are mad at me because I said the hard truth that everybody was saying in the background all the fucking time. And like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Starkey was always welcome here, but like I just said what needed to be said. The VC was crazy all the time. And there was a lot of infighting. There was a lot of talking behind people's backs. There was a lot of just like generally weird shit. There was crazy moderation happening for stupid fucking reasons. People being kicked and then re-added. And I'm not gonna say I haven't been guilty of some of those things. I'll be honest, I have been. It can be overwhelming.
Well, that's good that you
admit that. At the same time,
I
do like immediately try to like reconcile when I've done things like that, and like point out like, hey, I'm sorry, I was emotional.
You're right about that.
Like, this is the thing you did that is kind of like a line for me, and like I need you to understand that that's like I don't care about the rules here as the VC owner. Like that's just a thing that like I don't tolerate.
I do think you get a little bit vindictive. Like you kind of like retaliate. Like if somebody does something that you feel wronged you, you'll be like, well, fuck that bitch. I'll show them who's fucking wronged, and then you'll wrong them back. I feel.
It's fun. Yeah, like if somebody does something and then like tries to laugh about it, absolutely. Let's laugh again. As a matter of fact, that was funny. Let's see if we can find something funny about you.
Yeah, no, and I see. Like I know that you get like that, and that doesn't bother me. When somebody lashes out at me, like when somebody feels like they were wrong and they lash out at me, I'm very good at being like, feel better, bro. Does it make you feel better if you like lash out at me? I don't really care personally. But the thing is, most people I don't think actually react in that way, and I think that like someone like Starkey, they take it very personally, and I think that you need to. I think you as a person tech, I think you sometimes need to realize that like you do get emotional sometimes. Even though you say you're not emotional, I think you do get emotional, and you do lash out when you feel like somebody was like a douchebag to you, which might be warranted sometimes. It might even feel right because they were in the wrong or something. But I'm just saying, like sometimes I think you get a little bit vindictive.
I mean, like I
initially,
like, I don't even think I'm being vindictive. I just like being a smartass. Like if somebody tried to be a smartass, like okay, let's be a smartass.
Like I think the first thing we keep going. I think the first thing we talked about when I came into this channel, or when I came in like after I was like done with all my work today, when I came into this channel, I think the first thing that you said was. Like, oh, fuck that server, fuck those people, and, I don't really care what they think about it. And it's like, I feel like that was kind of vindictive. Like, you were just you were saying it out of hurt, you were saying it out of, not necessarily hurt, but you were just saying it out of, like, well, fuck those guys, if they don't like me, then I don't like them either, kind of thing. And I think that's understandable, honestly. I don't think that's, like, abnormal.
I'm not gonna beg for people that, like, I've done everything I can, honestly, to, like, everything that I'm willing to do, anyway, to, like, allow them to be a part of this community. Some of them are docs members of this community and everything else. And they have continued to be allowed here. If anything, I've been nothing but tolerant of the bullshit that's happened while still saying something when I felt I needed to speak.
Yeah, my bad for cutting you off, by the way, because I know I've been doing that all day.
It's hard to be a leader, It's because like you need to fucking deal with people's bullshit. You're trying to keep the community together in one piece. You're trying to kind of like maintain your own like ego, right? Not that that's a bad thing, It's like you don't want to be a pushover, is what I'm saying. You want to stand your ground on certain subjects, and people are going to like come like shoving you, like shoving back isn't always the worst response.
Well, like I think a lot of people don't understand that like anytime a bunch of people are coming at me for something that like I'm just not like naturally doing, that's just people coming at me with like
that does happen.
That's just like a bunch of like that's just like a bunch of it feels manipulative to me. It feels like they're trying to walk all over me. It feels like they're trying to make me make decisions that I don't want to make. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like just an innumerable number of people have tried to hold like their friendships hostage to me to make those changes. And for those people that I had to be like, well, fine, you can go. I'm sorry, you gave me an ultimatum. An ultimatum about something that matters to me at that, and wanted me to like choose your way over myself. Because like everybody can say how Neon this or Neon that, or he's doing this to protect Neon, and the truth of the matter is I'm doing this to protect people like Neon. Because at the end of the day, people like Neon, Demonic, Queen, Rush, those are the type of people that I want here. They're the type of people that make the type of jokes that I find funny. I was consistently getting in trouble in Good Vibes for saying the type of shit that I find funny. You cannot like me and hate everything about me at the same time. And that seemed to be like the biggest issue that I had with Good Vibes. Is that
I'm gonna say
I was
my
both
name. That's
hated
crazy.
and expected to stay there.
Oh,
That was
you're
crazy.
not like because
I don't know if you were expected to stay there. I think that people who come to Good Vibes, they're just open. You're basically given an open door, and you can leave or you can stay. It's not like they expect you to
Then how
stay.
come when I left it was such a big fucking deal?
Because you started a server right after,
I
didn't
didn't
you?
start the server right after. I had started this server literally. At one point we went back and like fucking contacted the Wayback Machine, and it looks like me and Starkey started our servers within like 2 days of each other.
2 days of each other. Yeah.
I didn't even join Starkey's server until sometime after mine was started, which means that when me and Starkey started our servers, we didn't even know each other were doing it.
But this all started when Sinister got banned from the Good Vibes server,
Yeah,
and then you invited Sinister over to your server.
After a number of people got banned from the Good Vibe server, I started wanting to communicate with these people in an area where I could talk. Like when Sinister got banned, I didn't want to not be able to talk to Sinister anymore. Like it was worth going out on a limb to stand up for something that I believed in and making sure that somebody I thought was a friend would be able to remain a friend. So yeah,
And why
I
was
invited
Sinister
her to a
banned?
place where because they disagreed with Sinister's way of joking around and talking or bullying or harassing, whatever the fuck they thought she was doing.
She was saying the N-word though, like over and over and over.
Oh
like,
my god!
Said, hey,
so did all of them say the N-word? How are they so much more fucking offended about it than I? Some of them called me the N-word, including Starkey.
this is the difference. This is the
And
difference.
Starkey
When we
didn't
get
call me the
serious,
N-word with a fucking A. She used a hard R.
this is the difference. When we got serious and we said, "Hey, that's not cool. Can you please not use the N-word anymore?" And then she says it like 50 times. That's way different from what I would expect anybody on
Because
this
when people
server.
got serious and asked Starkey not to use the N-word, she talked about how it was her server and she'll use the N-word all she wants, and she was the person that used the N-word more than anybody else. I don't know if even when Sinister got there, she used the N-word enough to outnumber the amount of time Starkey used it. And I'm so
I think
fucking
Sinister.
tired.
I think she was being blatant.
Fucking tired of white people that didn't give a fuck when it was all of them using the N-word, suddenly getting upset that this new person comes in and uses the N-word apparently more than all of them. No,
I don't care about the N-word personally, as long as nobody who's black
for
cares
Starkey
about
to
it.
lecture me when I'm like, this is kind of crazy. I'm streaming right now. Don't say that.
What?
Oh, nothing was said.
I said, I didn't say
it's
that.
just like it's just like I don't understand why
Oh, there's a double
they
standard.
had
There's a
a
principle
huge double
issue.
standard. And then
There's a
to
principle
lecture
issue.
me when I call you out on the double standard as the only person of color that's like actively in the community was fucking insane.
I mean, I think this is where it's like it's literally a callback to Sinister's, the way that Sinister said the N-word, and the way that like we asked her nicely to not say it anymore, and she just blatantly said it over and over and over to piss people off. Kind of the same. And this is a callback to when I said I don't understand why Neon had to double down on Eve, and basically when Eve was like, I would prefer you don't call me that word, and I will leave the server if you call me this anymore. And Neon was basically like, all right, you slide, whatever.
Yeah, if she's gonna let one person calls her to leave a server, there's nothing I can do about that.
I don't. This is what I'm not okay with. If somebody says they don't want to be called this, they don't like that. Maybe they have some issue with that word. Maybe they have some issue with being called something. Maybe they have some issue
that
with.
issue instead of expecting other people to do it for them.
I understand not giving people a safe space and like giving people when you give people a safe space, you're not exactly doing them a favor. I understand that mindset, but if it's something really simple like don't use the N-word or don't call me a whore or something like that, I don't see what's the big deal about it, and I don't see why you got to double down and be like, no, fuck you, I'm going to say that word because I just don't like the way that you're talking to me.
So, like in my case specifically, and I think for a lot of people, it's because we had seen the N-word get used so many times, and even people like me get called the N-word by people like Starkey. Like it's just so hypocritical. It's so.
I see the hypocrisy.
It's so now that it's happening to me, I want to be a crybaby about it. It's just not passing the smell test, to be completely honest with you. It feels like bullshit. It feels like we're woke now and we care, but they're all still just as fucking degenerate when they're like not having to be worried about saying these things publicly.
Yeah, it's like you're saying it's hypocritical, and I can understand that. It's hard to say because I personally try to be consistent with my ideologies, and like I said, if somebody says they don't like the fact that they're called the N-word, or they don't like to be called a she or a she, or they don't want to be called X, Y, or Z or something like that, I'm more than okay with just being like, it's just a word, we can switch it up, it's not that big a deal. If it becomes an issue where it's like, okay, every single thing that I normally talk about today is no longer going to be like, yeah, I can't say it anymore because this person feels so fucking like offended by everything that I can't even say like basic shit. Then yeah, I get like no, like I'm not gonna make that
Don't
exception
you understand
for you.
that's what it is? Like we have Eve trying to tell people they can't call her a slut or a whore. Those are basic
I think that she doesn't really talk much. You know, I don't see how.
Okay, well, if you speak up and somebody wants to call you a slut or a whore in term in a VC where people are allowed to say those things, you can't expect that they're going to stop for you.
On the internet, no, I don't expect it. No, but within a community, I feel like if somebody just asks that you don't call them that, why not honor it?
Because people can choose to be assholes. You know, like Neon chooses to not respect people's boundaries like that. Like that's
That is true. That is true. Eve keeps coming at the fact that like I didn't defend her in that situation, and she's not acknowledging that she looked really fucking bad in that situation because she genuinely banned them, and she banned them acknowledging that she was about to do it even though I didn't want her to.
Mm-hmm. Is she still here?
No, she left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed a lot.
I've had a call with her today where like I tried to like again like explain like, hey, like I get you don't feel like I defend you. You know, I don't agree. Like people have, you know, not liked you or said this about you since basically the VC started having people in it. I was like, I've always pointed out that like you are a mod, you are one of the first mods, you will always be a mod as
Mm,
long as you're here. As far as me not jumping in to defend you in arguments, I don't fucking do that for anyone.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And that goes with anything. It's like you call me an asshole, don't call me an asshole, and it's like, well, you have the right to go call me anything you want, right?
exactly.
Um,
Um, and like
yeah,
here's the
shit
thing:
talk.
if I'm in conversations with people that like I no longer want to have, I just like stop responding. I've done this with Neon many fucking times. I've done it
There's a way to
so many
handle.
fucking times where like I've basically like said a thing that signified I'm no longer going to communicate with you. I let him say a couple more
Yeah,
things, then he starts to feel dumb if he keeps going, and we move on.
exactly, and that's the way to handle the situation instead of just acknowledging it or getting like really emotional about it. You're just feeding into it. You continue talking about it, so therefore he will as well. So then, yeah, you bring it onto yourself.
Like, like I have ended a conversation with Neon plenty of times. Like, if that's how you feel, okay. And
Yeah,
like he
dude,
doesn't
that's what
like
he
that
does
if you
too.
keep saying it because like
Yeah, because at that
will
point,
actually start to
that's
get a
it.
little bit violent, like aggressively violent in the way he speaks if you do that to him. I've
Oh
noticed.
yeah, good to know.
Uh,
Oh, that's funny.
um,
But yeah, you're inviting it to yourself. If it makes you feel a type of way, he's going to continue doing it. He has the right to do that. Just yeah, don't feed into it. You'll be all right. Handle the
exactly.
conversation better.
I don't know why it's so confusing for people at the end of the day, but we'll finish this. We're almost done.
It's his whole deal. It's kind of almost perhaps his personality, like to a degree, right? And you know, it's just like that's just how things are. I can understand that you want to be respectful. I understand that you want to, you know, kind of appease people to their wishes, which is like, you know, good. It's very like cooperative. But then you have people that are not so agreeable, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
no,
also
I
not
know
as
just.
fun to be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll admit you're right. I do find it a little bit more fun when we do cause drama, but I don't want to
Everybody
cause
does, to be clear.
unnecessary drama.
That's why no
Everyone
matter how
does,
much
yeah.
they hate me or whatever, they all show up here every time something fucking happens. It's why I can literally watch them
Yep.
come and leave, come and leave, come and leave over the weeks. Like it's just genuinely just weird ass behavior, to be honest, to be like so for it and pretend you hate it so fucking much. And the only time they hate it is honestly when it's directed at them. The problem here is it's now been directed at too many people and they formed a group of we're hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, I know just.
Yeah, the
God,
opposite.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
It's getting late.
Yeah, I gotta get.
Okay, what did you say, Eddie?
No, makes a lot of sense, right? Just anti this, and they all agree. Yeah, anti this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is they've all got together and formed an opinion together, and they're like, "Yeah, we're right for sure." Like, okay, okay.
Very interesting. Hmm.
So that's kind of like where
And
I'm at.
my question goes now. Where the fuck is everyone?
Well, either hanging out with Neon or chosen to be on the side of good vibes.
I see. So that was the whole group. Neon's. Yeah,
Um,
Neon's people
so there
and
were a
Good
lot of
Vibes
people here
people.
before Neon came here, but most of them were from Good Vibes. So in alienating both of the sides of the argument, I've alienated myself. Um,
I see.
you know.
That's yeah. Even with like people should be able to like see that, right? But people already made their judgments on it.
Yeah, pretty much. And like
Hmm.
their judgments are largely based in like delusions and assumptions from the outside, and not actually being like involved in the situation.
I see. Damn, and a lot of people like. I wonder who else is not in the server anymore. That's a shame.
And we lost like 20 people.
20 people. They all just like okay, yeah, fuck this place,
Yeah,
and all from Good Vibes.
yeah.
I could assume some tech.
You know what's crazy is how many of them have talked shit about Starkey. How many of them personally have messaged me and said they don't like Good Vibes, they don't like being there, they have problems with Starkey, rather it be Perjury, Ron, Eve. I've gotten it from a lot of fucking people there, to be completely honest.
But obviously they feel this type of way more than they do that.
Yeah, so like the issue is they can defend themselves against Starkey. They can't defend themselves against me.
I
So
see.
they've chosen to be where they can defend themselves
and be heard in their way of But that's what I would. Yeah, that I think that makes a lot of sense. But at that point is like also at that point. I'm repeating myself. They need to.
They need to.
We need to have a balance of that as well.
So wait, no. We need to decide. Are those the type of people we want in this community? Do we want a community of just like-minded groupthink individuals, or do we want a community of different types of people that can have like yesterday in that stream we were just watching? It was me, E.T., and Ignat. Ignat is I met him in Grace Court. He's I think he's technically racist and homophobic and a conservative that loves guns. Fundamentally different than me as a person. Yet we can talk and communicate and agree on so many things. And have respectable conversations. He's probably one of my more favorite people on Discord. And it's such a weird thing that I've had to get in a situation through all of this where a homophobic, racist conservative is now somebody that I like more than most of the supposed liberals and Good Vibes.
At that point, do you not think there could be a balance?
I think the balance is these people from different communities that are able to have these conversations.
I
I think the balance is that Good Vibes people may not belong here, and that we might have to fill their spot. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay if more natural growth needs to happen. Truth of the matter is I feel like a 7-person VC with people like Neon and Demonic and Rush is far more entertaining than 20 people from Good Vibes, to be honest. I know I find it more entertaining personally. So
yeah, could be very much a fair enough point. And I would agree. I mean, yeah, being able to handle yourself in a conversation and
I'm
actually
not
talk.
There's people in Good Vibes that I do not understand why they're there. Rex, I fucking love Rex. I think he's fucking hilarious.
He's not here.
He's not been present on Discord for a couple weeks. I think he's actually sick right now. But Rex, I do not understand what it is about Good Vibes that gets him. I don't know. I think it might be that he's just a really caring person. But fundamentally, from a perspectives level, I know me and him get along on most shit. I would say the only things he disagrees with me on is how some things look optically.
Yeah, and optically is the people that are here, right? And that includes them,
or just the way that I might go at people sometimes. He would probably say it's optically it looks really bad that you called ketamine retarded.
Queen is saying, yeah, if you want more people, I could go server hop and get 20 people easily. I mean, theoretically, is that what we want? Though, yeah, we want more people in here, and whether they leave or not, we're still getting an income of more people.
So I think so. There's gonna be I think through people joining, there will be we will find a basic percentage of people. So for every so many people we join, we get this many reoccurring active members. There's gonna be a basic turnover rate. That we could through figuring out that turnover rate, find that many people, grow the server to have equal as many active members as it previously did. But then like beyond that, I think those active members would be better active members also. So like,
being
I think
able
we would
to handle
have
your
better
conversations.
conversations. I think we would have better streams. I think we would have a better community. And I think we would have a community that more people wanted to watch, and those fans that left would also be rejoining still, because now the conversations would be even better,
And they're
the
back
drama
in,
would
yeah.
be even better, and they would want to watch it even more, because, and I want you guys to hear this, you will always be boring, so they will be back for sure. I don't know how else to say it.
I do think they will be. Yeah, I think when the drama comes and time goes by, and then it's not that big of a deal anymore, right? It trickles back in, right? Especially if things are, more people are here, more people having conversations, and then, or if it goes back to it, right? People love it.
Yeah. I guess like at this point, the only thing that I hate about them not being president is that I can't make fun of the stupid shit they say anymore. Because that was always fun for me.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, it's all. The new phase of this place. I can't really disagree exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah, no, I don't. So I don't know. I think he might think that like it's not a big deal to us, but like even in that, like I do think that like they are actively in the background still trying to do shit. Like.
What do you mean?
I think they're shouting for peace, but they're constructing a war. To be completely honest.
I mean,
like the way that like as soon as I kicked Neon from the server and he went to DGG and Demonic went to go hang out with him, that like people hurried up and made sure to come in there and attack him for the ketamine thing in DGG. That doesn't sound like a people who want peace to me. It really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like not at all.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a people who want to isolate us in every way that they can. And I have had multiple members of my community leave, not because they disagreed with the community, but because these manipulative fucks have done everything they could to isolate them from the people that they think care about them.
Mm-hmm.
If they wanted to be here with us. So like at some point, a lot of them had to make a decision between, are you going to be friends with these 4 people, or are you going to lose everybody you have on Discord? And unfortunately, some people made questionable decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with people over there, so it's not like they're forcing me. Then again, I haven't been on.
They have kicked various people from this community.
I know.
Directly banned.
I haven't.
And the only reason you're cool with people from that community, you might not be after this VOD goes out, to be completely honest with you.
That'd be very interesting to hear about all that. If I just get kicked, that'd be
just based off of the small things you've agreed with here, you might now be considered an enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely say about that. I'll be definitely open a conversation if they do want to talk, because I'm very much down. Get my point of view on the things, but if they just kick me, that'd be a damn shame.
I do wonder if like you're just like not active enough for them to care, to be honest.
I do join in. I just think they also get my side of things and get my character, so that's why I think it works out. I mean,
yeah. Like, they tried to attack all of my other fucking mods. I don't know why they never attacked you.
I'm just that guy. What can I say?
Seriously, how many messages have you gotten where people are like,
none?
Are you a mod?
Nobody. Nope. Nobody.
But like, you're just not active. I don't even know if they know you're a mod here.
No, they do. I say it. I always say I am a mod here. They all know. It's clear.
You gotta be. See, now that you're here in a stream and you were streaming on the channel today, now they're gonna be like, oh shit, he's there. He is part of that community. He's one of them.
We'll definitely see, because I agree with certain points that they might say during conversations, and I agree.
Your only saving grace might be that you haven't said anything specifically about.
But I've also said certain things that got me here what I am, like certain things that I do believe that makes sense, and why they feel the way they do feel, right? Because I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. They feel the way they do for reasons, and I could understand that. Just like how, I could understand why you're saying you feel the way you do, and it does make sense to me. So I think because of that, like, and how I am, and especially
I
how
do feel like that
community
was a
goes.
fence-sitting statement. Oh, geez.
No, I agree what you're saying about like people
So
being
like based on the
weird.
conversation that you had with cruise control earlier, I feel like you have much more harder statements to give on everything that's been happening that you're choosing not to give due to optics.
Would I say that?
Come on, you know there's a whole bunch of like bitchy behavior happening right now.
No, is there? Is there? I'm willing to say whatever I really think. Just because I understand doesn't mean I'm choosing their side. The same thing I would say for you, but I do think lean more to the fact that I agree with you.
You know
on the things
what? Your perception of optics makes you extremely valuable. You know that.
Even with the comments I was saying earlier, I thought that made me choose the side.
I feel like it will. I feel like they are so like delusional that it will.
I think
make
that
them be
my
like-
point is what? Oh, I think the thing I'm saying too, as well, is because I'm understanding and being able to have that conversation. That I guess some people might say is fence-sitting, but I do come from a place that understand how people think and why they think the way they do, even if I disagree with it. And I think that's why I am here today.
Like the crazy thing to me is that like these people that are like so scared of Neon and the way he talks to them is that like if they could have just like had like constructive conversations with him, I feel like at like some point they would have all realized how to like better communicate with him. And
For example, I'll make the statement here that
I feel like them figuring out how to better communicate would allow them to put the care and understanding they perceive themselves to have to good use. I'm not even gonna say they perceive themselves to have. Some of them are very caring and understanding people, obviously. But it's useless. It's useless. All that care and understanding can do is help people that are already exactly like them, that already agree with everything they.
But that's what I'm very much.
They are not changing
like
the
that.
people they think are causing harm.
And I don't like the idea of like coddling and all these different things. Like even I would agree with the thing with Eve having the conversation of being called a slut. I would disagree with that. I feel like that conversation could be dealt better with. I could make hearts, like like
I
that.
feel like in turn, that conversation is the only thing I'm going to moderate. That like if somebody says they want to discontinue conversation going forward, I expect the conversation to be discontinued with that person. If you then want to like laugh about that conversation with the rest of the VC and they do that, they're allowed to. If you want to point out that like you just won because that person just gave up, you're allowed to. But all I'm gonna do is say that person needs to quit directly addressing you. Like that's it. That's the farthest I'm willing to go. At least at this point, like and I'm not like, and that's another thing. Like I've said things and people are like, "Oh, well, you said this before." Yeah, it is a learning journey. Like, this is a new VC. I am a new streamer. A lot of these titles involved with like this server are new to me. So like some of these things I am learning. I can acknowledge that. But like I am never going to do things that like I fundamentally disagree with. The things I fundamentally disagree with may change as I gain better understandings, but like, yeah, I just can't, I can't just like do whatever the fuck people want me to do. It's stupid.
No, I agree with
it
you.
doesn't get the community that like I want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I just end up with like I would end up with a community with like 200 people that are just like, oh, I can't believe he said that every time somebody talked, and I don't want that. I don't want it. I do not need like the woke scold, like an army of woke scold people. I don't need it. I don't. You gotta cause some waves and ripples, bro.
True, and I know, and I've been preparing for that, but I'm just not going to go ahead and like immediately do that, right? I guess I did a little bit of the optics of like, yeah, I'm cool with everybody. I know how to handle myself in a conversation. I don't need to do that, but because I made myself known that way, when I do, I hope to have the benefit of the doubt when it comes to a lot of different conversations. Because I've been preparing for the harshness and been preparing for these conversations and taking these hard stands and hurting people's feelings if I need to.
Queen's trying so hard right now. You stand for nothing on this.
On this? Yeah, I'm not much part of it. People don't see me much part of it, but
Yo.
I mean, this conversation is putting me a little bit more in it.
You're a fucking optics god. Like the way that you just answered that question, even.
I'm just good at handling myself in conversation. Why you don't matter to this? Yeah, that is very true. But then putting me further better in the conversation later on in the future.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, what can I say? My thing is, yes, I know. I agree with the thing you're saying, and we will see how that will change when waves do happen. Oh man.
We found out OD's late to everything today. Oh my god, Queen.
I'm not.
Queen. Oh my god, Queen. Oh my god, Queen. Hold on. Let me in the stream. Yo, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We just wanted to have a conversation about everything that's been happening, direction we're going in. Obviously, as you can see, we're looking for new VC members to be part of the conversation. Go ahead and follow our Discord link and join the server. Like and subscribe. And y'all have a great evening. We love you.